The Shroud of Turin is a 14-foot linen cloth bearing the faint image of a man who appears to have suffered crucifixion wounds. For centuries, many Christians have believed it to be the burial shroud of Jesus Christ. The cloth is housed in the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, Italy, and has been the subject of intense religious veneration, scientific scrutiny, and historical debate. The earliest documented appearance of the shroud dates to the mid-14th century in Liry, France. A newly discovered medieval document analyzed in the Journal of Medieval History reveals that the respected theologian Nicole Orsmy discussed the shroud as a patent fake, accusing clergy of fabricating miracles to solicit offerings. In Nicole's defense, let's just say back then, fake relics were a common phenomenon in order to increase attendance and, of course, get certain dues from patrons. His critique predates the more famous denunciation by Bishop Pierre d'Arcis in 1389, who claimed the shroud was a painted forgery. These early criticisms were not isolated. The shroud was removed from public display for decades until Pope Clement VII allowed it to be shown again, under the condition that it was meant to be presented as a representation of the original burial cloth, not the genuine article. In 1988, 3 independent laboratories conducted radiocarbon dating tests on the shroud. These results placed it between AD 1260 and, of course, 1390, aligning with the period of its first documented appearance and suggesting a medieval forgery. For years, this seemed to settle the debate for many of its skeptics. However, the controversy reignited when critics questioned the validity of the samples used. Some argued that the tested portion may have been a medieval repair rather than part of an original cloth. Others pointed to the shroud's complex weave and the presence of pollen grains from the Middle East as evidence of its older origin. One of the most perplexing aspects of the shroud is the nature of the image itself. It is not painted, dyed, or burned into the cloth. Instead, it appears to be a superficial discoloration of the fibers, with no penetration into the threads. The image also contains 3D information, which allows for the creation of a 3-dimensional rendering of the face and body. The Shroud of Turin research project team, which included forensic scientists and art historians, concluded that the image could not be explained by any known artistic technique, perhaps adding to its credibility.